welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. I'm Lindsay, and if you can see from the title of this video, I am doing one of those TBR number wheel generators, but I've done it in such a way. I would change my camera so you can see the piles of books next to me, but the way I have my camera set up right now, I still don't have my tripod. It is still in the States, and it is on a tower fan with a book leaning it back, so it like was framed well, and then a book behind it so it doesn't fall over. So this is how it's framed, this is how it decided to be framed, and this is how it's staying framed. But basically I have multiple piles of books next to me, and I am going to, I at first considered doing sticky notes with the number on it, putting that on the book to see which number book it is, but instead I made piles and stacked them because I didn't want to waste paper, and it's like the numbers based on where it's stacked. It's honestly best you can't see what is next to me because it would probably upset you. The title also says TBR for the rest of the year, but this is the rest of the year and then some because I have done a self-imposed book buying ban until I finish my physical TBR. I'm also going to take a break from this TBR that I'm currently making because in October I'm going to want to read spooky books, like witchy books, that kind of stuff from the library. I just got a new library card and I'm so excited. And also I'm currently reading, you probably saw the short, which I'm going to go on a tangent in just a second, about what I should read next, and I did choose Babel. I am loving it so far, but I'll talk about that in my monthly reading wrap up. And then afterwards I am going to read Serpents and the Wings of Night because when it comes to book talk books, I'm trying not to read the super trendy books because, as everyone knows, I hated Fourth Wing, and when I tried ACOTAR, I only read a couple pages, but I was like, the prose, I don't like this. I've already talked about I disagree with Sarah J. Maas politically, but I already own the books, they were gifted to me, so it's not like she's really gonna benefit from me reading them, but I am going to give them another chance. I just want to get through these books first, but I am going to get to them because I am on a self-imposed book buying ban until I finish my physical TBR, which this number wheel, and this is without the ACOTAR series, 23 books, which honestly is not as bad as I thought it would be. But yeah, the reason why I want to read Serpents and the Wings of Night is one, I did get a comment recommending it and I already have it, and I've had friends recommend it. I am hoping that I like it more than I liked other like book talk books, but I'll do a whole separate video on book talk books. Also, sit down videos are back. We're still back. And my tangent about shorts, I just have to talk to John YouTube real quick. My comments keep getting turned off. I will go back in and turn them back on. I will say it's not for kids, but for some reason it thinks my either content itself is for children or it thinks I'm a child, because I had this issue in the past when I was like 22, where every video the comment got turned off because it thought it was a child until like I like made a request and was like, I need you to understand I'm not a child. I don't think I've said my age in the past because I like to keep things and like the age of things being so online, I'd like to keep as much of my information private and like to myself to have that autonomy and that kind of stuff. But I am turning 28, so I've been an adult for almost a decade. I'm not a child. Like, I don't know what I have to do. Like, do I have to make my tattoos more visible? Do I have to like, what do I have to do? Into the video. I have done one of those number generator wheels, if you can see. I've not lit this room. I've just decided the lighting is good enough, so I hope it is. I also forgot to moisturize my face this morning. Listen guys, I like just finished my dissertation and all that stuff. I'm still getting my life back together. Let me just spin this wheel. Let me just spin the wheel, and as much as I've seen this video happen online, I have not been watching as much YouTube lately. I love YouTube. I just wanted to say that with my shorts tangent. I still love YouTube. I obviously watch it all the time, but I've gotten really into multiple different shows that are like, I think the fall is just when shows come out. Okay, we're starting. 8. So after I read Babel and The Serpents and the Wings of Night, and also this is a series, so I might get the other ones from the library if I like it. If I like it, that is. But I can always read it and come back to it. So number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my god, another series. That's the issue, is I'm like, there's only 23 books, but the amount that are series. And I am actually really excited that this came out next, because I was thinking about reading this in October, because it's not like a Halloween specific book with like witches and that kind of stuff, but it is giving spooky. It's giving. I'm so excited this came out next. I've really been wanting to read this. I've seen great things about it. The amount of people like I don't know on the internet that like aren't on Book Talk, like blogs, that I see talking about this. I also want to be clear, I'm not like a Book Talk hater. There are just some opinions I don't agree with. Moving along. That's the thing, is like it's a series. So like when I'm talking about my self-imposed book buying ban, if I love a series, if I just want to try the next book in a series, I will get it from the library. If I love a series, I may go to the local bookstore and see if they have the next book. Okay, number 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 18, 19. It's like, ideally I would read books in the order that I got them, but no, it's one of my most recent finds that was recommended to me, was recommended to me by my aunt. I think she also got this for me, so thank you. My memory is that of a peanut, so that's why I said I think. I've heard good things. I do think it'll be good because I'll be reading a lot of fantasy, and then so like, this is not fantasy, correct? Is this contemporary lit? I will write what I think. There are there are Goodreads reviews. Why was that so hard to say? And I didn't even Goodreads reviews in the front cover. And that is like the last thing I read when it comes to should I read this book. I don't use Goodreads. I've talked about it before. I use Storygraph, but yay, new pile unlocked. These are the first 3 in my TBR. Also, like, when I say I'm on a book buying ban and so I'm finishing my physical TBR, if someone does happen to, like, get me Hunger Games for my birthday or the holidays or anything like that, I will take a break to read it so I want to read all, like, the whole series and the prequels before the next film comes out, which I don't know when that is. I should pay more attention to when films are coming out, but I have a list of films to watch because that's another video I'm making at the end of the year, is all the films I watch in, 2025 this year. I'm going to be ranking them. Number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. See, and we're doing series. Just like first and foremost to do series. Though I see this series used a lot, so if I do like it and want to buy the whole series, or honestly, like I am very pro reading from the library, and then if I really want to own it, to like reread it, buying it. But if I really like the first book, I tend to, if I already own the first book, I tend to get the whole series just in case I want to go back and reread it. But also to fight overconsumption, I have been reading from the library more. Love the library. Absolutely love the library. The Raven Cycle is the next book, which I don't remember how long that series is. From what I understand, though, it's like easier reads because I think it's YA, so should get through that one pretty quickly. So I definitely think I should be able to get through these before the end of this year. I'm thinking it is September, so probably about 10 more books for the rest of the year is what I am aiming for, because the first half of the year I did not read like nearly as much as I usually do because grad school and dissertation and all that fun stuff. 13. The musical. I was in that in middle school. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. The 7-Year Slip. Okay, we're going fantasy, and then like, what is this, contemporary romance? This was, I got this at an Oxfam Books. It was £2.49. I just think all books should be that much, and that's why I got it. It's so hard, like, when you're fighting over consumption and like trying to be a more sustainable reader, to say no to used books, but then used books I think are more sustainable and better for overconsumption. I don't know. I am trying to navigate this world the best I can. That is the next one, and I don't believe it's a series, but came heavily recommended, so this pile is for sure gonna fall over. I am pretty much holding up this pile with the side of my body. Oh, Servants in the Wing of Night said, "You will not make me stay." And it fell over, but you can't see that because the way I framed the camera. Okay, number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Modern Fairies. This is one I got at a local bookstore in the Lake District. I had never heard of it before, but I was getting a book of poetry from Wordsworth, because he's from the Lake District, and I got this as well. So it looks good. Hopefully it is. We're doing, I believe it's a contemporary contemporary. I had never heard of it before, but it looked really good, and so I got it. But that's the thing that I like about the library, is that you can read the back of the book, you can read the first couple pages of the book and be like, I want to get this book. And then if it doesn't end up actually being good, you just return it. It's a great way to discover new books, is what I'm saying, besides like on the internet, because I hated Fourth Wing. I don't know how many times I'm going to end up saying that in my lifetime, but I didn't like it. I don't know if anyone's home right now. 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is good. I guess we're going really, straying away from fantasy for a bit, but I really do need to read this book, 1984. I don't know if I've talked about before how I have read 90 pages of it while I was at work one time, and then I couldn't bring it home because it belonged to my work. So I never got to finish it, and I am really excited to. It is banned in the States. Any book that's banned in the States, I am gonna read. That is a goal of mine eventually in my lifetime, to try to read as many banned books as I can. And then eventually I'm hoping to do a video recommending banned books. This video is gonna be kind of long because there's 23 books. I don't know, like, when people usually do this, is it like 5 books? Is it just like their monthly TBR? Because I feel like that's what I've seen, is like letting a number wheel choose my monthly TBR and not out of the 23 physical books that they have. Okay, number 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, cute. I got this from another Oxfam, and it is YA. I don't know if there's actually any fantasy in it, but Kiera Cass wrote that one series, The Selection, and I've heard it's not very good. But, oh my god, a map. Yeah, it's a longer book, and like, no, it's not. It's like 500 pages. Well, it's a lot longer than other books, but it does look like it's gonna be pretty quick read, given it seems very YA. Honestly, it might be middle grade. I'll see when I read it. 2. Oh yay! So many of these books came from used bookstores. Earthsea. I had a friend read this recently and he really liked it, so I'm hoping to really like it. We're back in fantasy. Fantasy's back, baby. Ugh, I'm excited. I've never read anything like by Ursula K. Le Guin. Did I pronounce that right? This is the first 4 books, and it looks like it'll be fun. I'm excited. Maybe not fun in like the content. I don't remember what exactly it's about, which is not good. But I think it'll be fun to read because fantasy. 17. Can someone explain to me how I just got the number 17, but I'm only counting 15 books, and there are 9 books over here, so that would be 23. So did I have the number 17 before? Or did I just not, like, what did I do wrong? So I'm gonna just take 15, which is Paladin's Grace, another series, and then the cover is so beautiful. And this is the one I talked about in a vlog, where I had £10 credit at Waterstone, so I got this book, and then it was like, oh no, I could get, like, it was like buy one, get one half off, so I could get 2 books. And then they were like, you got the book of the month, not this one, another T. Kingfisher book, and so I could get a free drink, and I was like, you guys have to, like, stop making me come back. But I've heard such good things about this book, and the cover is so beautiful. Not judging a book by its cover. This US cover is a lot different, and that's when I originally had seen it, heard about it, read about it. But I am excited to read this, another series, so we'll see how that goes. And I don't understand how I got 17 and there's 15 books over here, but... Oh, see, I understand now. Because technically, okay. So I see what I did wrong. When I take it out, the pile becomes less, but the number order should still be the same. So I've done this incorrectly and I should have labeled them, but you live and learn. This is just how it is, baby. Basically, if I get a number higher than what's here, I'm just gonna take the last book, which right now is what I got. And I guess after Paladin's Grace, we're just gonna be on a T Kingfisher kick, because also heard good things of Sorceress Comes to Call and Sprayed Edges. That's why it was book of the month, but also I got it for like, I don't know what happened. I just know that I got these books from my Waterstones rewards. I'm excited to read it. I'm so excited because I feel like I'm gonna like T Kingfisher. I try not to hype up books in my head because sometimes it's like, oh, like I thought I'd like Fourth Wing because dragons. And I do like romantasy. It's just like I like a good mixture of it, not just like romance in a fantasy settings. And I like when you call it enemies to lovers, like they shouldn't be in love with each other the whole time. And just like being like, oh, I think they're so attractive, but I can't be with them. Like, no, it should be like they think they hate each other, and they do hate each other, but then they're like, wait, maybe actually the reason why like my palms are sweating and like my heartbeat is racing is not because I want to murk them, but because I'm in love with them. Like, until they like cannot deny it anymore, that's when it's enemies to lovers to me. Like, if they're not trying to murk each other, I just like that word, I'm gonna be honest. Just because I saw a really funny meme with Star Wars about it, with that word, that I just can't stop saying it. In my TBR. And then I'm gonna reorganize my shelf because I took these out of my shelf. Yay, number one. I'm excited because that is beloved and I really want to read this. I was kind of hoping it would be earlier in my TBR. Another banned book. We love banned books. I've never read anything by Toni Morrison, and so this is going to be my first time reading Toni Morrison, and I hope I really like it. I think I will though. Okay, next is another book I got at Oxfam Books, and it is Heartless by Marissa Meyer. I've never read Marissa Meyer before. I do need to read the Cinder series. I don't think that's what, the Lunar Chronicles is what it's called. But this is a standalone, and so probably best considering how many series I have in here. But I think I did have it recommended as a lover of the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. I heard I will probably like this, and I hope I do. Okay, next is Check and Mate. I got Check and Mate on the wheel, and you know what? Can you make these wheels so it has the titles instead of numbers? Because I think that's what I'll do next time if I do another video like this. Check and Mate. I have had this book for a bit. I was going to read it last Valentine's Day, but again, busy with grad school, and I liked The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. This is like very few contemporary romances that have come out in the past few years have I liked. But I did like The Love Hypothesis, and I think some newer Ali Hazelwood, from what I've read about them, I probably wouldn't like, but this is an older one. I don't know how to play chess, but do I think it's attractive when people play chess? Yes. So hopefully I like this. Okay, I need to make sure my camera doesn't die before I finish, because there's way less books than there were in the beginning, but there are still plenty. The next I got is Cinderella is Dead. This is a book recommended by my mom and given to me by my mom. She read it first, so this is hers, and she gave it to me to read. She said it was really good. I love the butterflies in her hair. They kind of look like butterfly clips? Or are they like crystal butterflies? Because Cinderella! So like glass slipper, glass butterflies in your hair. I think that's so cute. And as someone who clearly likes hair clips, and the butterfly ones, I don't know if I've worn them in a video recently, but that has nothing to do with this book. I just think I'm gonna like this book because my mom said I will. My mom did like the book. She thought it was really cute, really good. So I'm hoping I do too. The next one I got is Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. I've never read a Sally Rooney book, but I've wanted to. And when I read the synopsis of this one, I read it online. I was going to try to get this on Libby, but I was struggling to find it in... Now I have my new library card, I might have an easier time, but when I have my library card, like the county that my library card was with didn't have it. So I need to figure out how to get this sticker off. But yes, this was gifted to me recently, and there's a dog on the cover. But I do think I'm gonna like this book. I feel like I just keep saying that. I do think I'm gonna like this book. That's kind of why I got them. The thing is, even if I don't, I'm still gonna try other Sally Rooney books because you know, sometimes one book by an author you don't like and another you do. Next book is called It Happened One Autumn. It is a historical romance that I got when a bookstore, Books A Million, the local Books A Million was going out of business. To be fair, I prefer local bookstores, but Books A Million, I think, went out of business because of how much Barnes & Noble makes, you know what I mean? So that sucks, but I'm gonna try this book because I wasn't, like, it was on a list of books that I was looking for, like, specific, I don't want to say tropes, because I try not to, like, be very tropey when, one, recommending a book or when looking for a book. I think there's a lot more to books than tropes, but there was something specific that I was looking for. I cannot remember because this was a couple years ago when it was going out of business, and yeah, I still haven't read it. I feel like part of me is eager to finish this video, not because I don't like making videos, partially because I'm scared the camera's gonna die, and also because I need to eat lunch. Oh my god, I watched the new episode of The Summer I Turned Pretty, the finale. I did see a little bit of a spoiler, not like of what happens, just like someone was saying they felt like it was rushed, which I feel like the episodes leading up to that, I knew that was gonna happen. Next book is Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. Kind of funny that this follows a historical romance, considering you kind of feel like they all just like are modeled after Jane Austen. But one of the Jane Austen books I've never read have, someone was saying it was their favorite Jane Austen book, so I want to see how I feel about it. My favorite right now is still Persuasion, but I'm excited to read this one. I remember I was looking for that, like, for a while at some, like, local used book sales, and I couldn't find it, but I have another Jane Austen book that I did find at those local used book sales, but I will be reading that later because The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is the next one that came up, and this was one I was trying to decide between reading next, this and a few others, but I did go with Babel. And I'm happy with the choice, though I do think I'm gonna like this as well. I think this is one, like, some of these are, like, even though I was talking about, like, I try to stay away from, like, what's super popular on BookTok, some of these are popular on the internet, but they're just, like, you know, that's a specific brand of, like, what's popular on BookTok, and again, it's, as I was saying before, I was really interrupted by the battery dying. It's nothing against the creators themselves, it's a lot of the books that it's like, it's just not of my taste. It's just not the kind of reader that I am. So anyway, the next one was Fireborn, which I'm excited for. It is a dragon book, it is YA, I'm hoping I like it. I think it is a part of a trilogy, so I'm gonna have to be looking for the rest of the books if I like it. But I'm hoping, because I've yet to really find dragon books that I really like, of more than children's books, of higher level than children's books. This is what happens when I need to eat lunch. Brain stop working. Brain need food. We have only a few left. Yay! What was this? I just did a shaka. I never do a shaka. Why did I do a shaka? Okay, so this being the lowest number means Dance of Thieves. Another book I got at a used bookstore. I saw it, it's on my TBR. I was like, let me get that, and I did. I feel like this battery is also gonna die. Listen, having moved, I haven't really charged my batteries. So we're gonna have to breeze through these last three as fast as we can. Iron Widow. This is another author. I agree with their political opinions. I am a little nervous to read this though because, while I do agree with the author politically, because I was gonna say the author's political opinions and then I was just like, whatever. And then I changed the sentence mid-sentence. You know when that happens? They did in the second book, like, change parts of it that were published because of people were not understanding part of it, and I'm like, or they felt it wasn't overt enough, and I'm just like, I've said it so many times, I love subtext and I love when things aren't overt and you have to think a little bit more. So it kind of upset me that like social media got it changed to make it more clear, but that's like, you know, it happens, I guess. So I will still read this book, but I think it's more sci-fi, and I'm not as much as a sci-fi person, but I could still like it. This was another book that I was deciding between reading next because it's shorter and I think I will like it. I think Shane Top talked about liking this book, and I have liked other books that I've read that Shane Top talked about on Smosh Mouth, but Paralysis. I got this the same time I got The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, so that's all I can say. And then that leaves the last book to be my Jane Austen book that I got at a used book sale when I was looking for Sense and Sensibility. I ended up getting Northanger Abbey. And again, this is one of the, like, I think I have like 3 Jane Austen books that I've never read. This is one of them. And I will be reading that. So that is all I have. This probably took a while, and it's if you could see these piles, but I now have an order in which I'm going to read my books. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I